Just weeks after Typhoon Kalmaegi tore across the Philippines, another powerful storm is on its way, and this one is even stronger. Typhoon Uwan, internationally known as Typhoon Fung-Wong, has rapidly intensified into a super typhoon, threatening millions across northern and central Luzon. Winds near 185 kilometers per hour, gusts exceeding 230, and a circulation so massive that it could affect regions hundreds of kilometers from its center. This is not just another storm. For many Filipinos still rebuilding from recent disasters, Uwan feels like a nightmare, returning too soon. As of Sunday morning, November 9th, Typhoon Uwan was last located roughly 125 kilometers east-northeast of Virac, Catanduanes, moving west-northwest toward Luzon at about 25 to 30 kilometers per hour. According to PAGASA, the Philippine Weather Bureau, Uwan has reached super typhoon status, meaning its winds have crossed the threshold for catastrophic damage. Its wind field is enormous. Typhoon-force winds stretch out hundreds of kilometers from the center, making it one of the largest and most dangerous storms to threaten the country this year. Satellite images show a well-defined eye surrounded by intense thunderstorms, a classic sign of a fully developed and highly destructive system. Forecasters warn that Uwan could make landfall in Aurora Province.
Uy, motor! Putang ina! Inaabot na guys! Inaabot yung mga motor oh! Ala, yan na!
Possibly late Sunday night or early Monday morning. From there, it is expected to cut across northern Luzon before weakening over land and heading toward the Taiwan Strait by midweek. The biggest concerns are destructive winds, torrential rain, storm surges, and landslides. Along the eastern coast of Luzon, especially in Aurora, Catanduanes, Camarines Norte, and Quezon, storm surges could reach up to 3 meters, swallowing coastal areas and flooding low-lying towns. In mountainous provinces like Ifugao, Benguet, and Nueva Vizcaya, the combination of saturated soil and heavy rain raises the risk of landslides, a deadly pattern Filipinos have seen too many times before. Even Metro Manila, far from the eye's direct path, could experience heavy downpours and flash floods. The sheer size of Uwan means no region in northern or central Luzon can let its guard down. Even places far from the storm's center may see severe flooding and power outages. Government officials and local authorities have already ordered mass evacuations, with more than 1 million residents urged to leave high-risk coastal and landslide-prone areas. Schools have been closed, flights canceled, and ferry operations suspended as early as Saturday evening. Power companies are bracing for major outages, while military and disaster response teams have been pre-deployed for rescue and relief operations. In some towns in Aurora and Quezon, residents were seen helping each other board up windows and secure their roofs, while fishermen pulled their boats ashore, knowing the waves could soon become life-threatening. For many communities, it's a scene that feels all too familiar, a cycle of preparing, evacuating, and rebuilding that never seems to end. The arrival of Uwan couldn't come at a worse time. Just weeks ago, Typhoon Kalmaegi, locally known as Tino, caused widespread flooding and infrastructure damage in parts of Luzon and Visayas. Many families are still cleaning up mud, repairing roofs, and waiting for power restoration. Now, with another super typhoon bearing down, they're forced to evacuate again, this time under even more dangerous conditions. Officials have expressed concern that fatigue and disaster burnout could lead some residents to underestimate the new threat, choosing to stay behind instead of evacuating. But authorities are pleading with everyone in at-risk zones. Don't wait until it's too late. In the coastal town of Baler, Aurora, residents are packing what they can. One local fisherman told reporters, "We've tied down our boats, but if the surge comes, we'll lose everything again. We just pray it won't be as bad as the last one." In evacuation centers across Catanduanes and Quezon, families are huddled together, listening to updates on battery-powered radios. Volunteers are distributing food, blankets, and drinking water, while teachers have opened classrooms to serve as temporary shelters. Local mayors have been going door to door, urging people to leave before nightfall. One official in Aurora said, "This storm is not something we can fight. All we can do is stay safe and hope for the best." PAGASA continues to issue warnings, raising signal number 4 alerts for multiple provinces. The Department of Social Welfare and Development has pre-positioned relief goods, while the Philippine Coast Guard has banned sea travel across large parts of the eastern seaboard. President Marcos Jr. has called for a full national emergency response, directing agencies to work together to prevent casualties and ensure quick recovery after landfall. The armed forces and the Philippine National Police have also been mobilized to assist in evacuation, medical, and clearing operations once conditions allow. Meteorologists emphasize that even after Uwan weakens over land, its rains will continue to pour, causing flash floods and swollen rivers for days afterward. After crossing Luzon, Typhoon Uwan is expected to move toward the Taiwan Strait, potentially bringing heavy rain to southern Taiwan and parts of southeastern China by November 11th or 12th. However, forecasters believe it will gradually lose strength due to interaction with land and cooler waters. Still, the aftermath in the Philippines could be devastating. With widespread power cuts, blocked roads, and damaged communication lines, recovery will take time, especially for communities still scarred from previous storms. Despite everything, there's a sense of resilience across the Philippines, a quiet strength built through years of facing nature's fury. Volunteers are already organizing relief efforts. Community kitchens are being set up, and people, though anxious, are coming together to look after one another. Typhoon Uwan is a reminder of how fragile life can be in the path of extreme weather, and how crucial preparation, cooperation, and empathy are during times like these. As we watch this storm unfold, let's not only think of those in its path, but also act by sharing verified updates, supporting disaster relief organizations, and helping spread awareness. Because while typhoons may be inevitable, the loss of life doesn't have to be. Stay safe, stay informed, and keep those affected in your thoughts tonight.